Hi everyone, welcome back. Just before we begin, I will say a few things. First of all, I've just bought a new camera, and so I haven't even got it out of the box yet. So at the moment, I'm just using my phone to do this video, so the quality might not be as good as it could be. As well as this, I'm going to be going a little bit into mental health. So if you don't really want to listen to that sort of stuff, I completely understand. It is a major factor why I got into fashion, so that's why I want to talk about it. Growing up and then up until really recently, I was not interested in fashion at all. For example, I'd wear the same hoodie for years and years and years until basically it fell apart. And I went over stuff and I wanted stuff for comfort rather for how it looked. And so again, I could have put a lot more effort in than I did at the time because I was basically wearing lots of hoodies and joggers, t-shirts, that sort of idea. There wasn't sort of an idea of what would match every piece, and I never even considered looking at jewelry and stuff like that. And for pretty much my entire life, that has been what I've been like. Basically, if I was going out, I'd grab what was to hand rather than actually thinking about what to wear. And I never realised what clothing could actually do for you. This sort of changed a few months ago, roughly about 6 months ago. And that's because I've always not been very lucky with finding girls and going out with girls. But I met someone online on a dating site and we sort of gelled quite quickly. And very quickly as well, we started going out and actually was in a relationship for roughly about 4 months. In this time, I was probably the happiest I have ever been in my entire life, to be honest. I had a really positive outlook on life. I felt like I could do anything. And my relationship with other people as well was improving because of this girl. But things didn't go to plan, basically. The relationship ended. I won't go into details because I don't want to. I just don't want to go into details. And I really did love this girl. I loved her quite a lot. I actually felt like I wanted to be with her for the rest of my life, but things didn't work out. And this caused me to go into a very, very deep depression. I have had occasionally low moods and stuff like that, but nothing like this. It was quite scary at times. Stuff like, for example, for about 3 months, I was getting, I think, about an hour or two a night sleep. So, over the course of several weeks, I was getting worse and worse, getting barely any sleep, basically looking like a zombie. I had even though I was quite casual in what I wore, that has all disappeared basically. I didn't even care what I looked like, or what I wore. My hair was like incredible. Looking now how bad my hair was. It was enormous, and I had a massive beard as well, which obviously about 3 months it was quite big as well. And after a couple of months, I decided I've had enough of this. Basically, I've really had to try and move on and sort of live my life. And so I sort of basically, over the course of several weeks, I was delving into trying to find ways that help me cope with my depression and finding strategies to cope with that. And one I kept coming back to was the idea of if you care about what you look like on your outside, it will help in your inside as well, in your head. That essentially is because it's helping you regain your confidence, which I was confident before, but my confidence basically disappeared overnight. And so, over the course of doing more and more research and stuff like that, I sort of explored clothing and fashion. I sort of looking at a lot of YouTubers you probably know, and picking up tips on what to do, what to wear. and sort of experimenting and trying to look at stuff that I'd never even thought of before. For example, this jacket here, I never even worn a jacket like this before, and I'd always wanted to wear a jacket like this, so I thought, just go for it, and so I bought it. And then I sort of considering what to match with it, and sort of in terms of trousers, t-shirts, shirts. And the idea of putting an effort, even if you're just going out to the shops or just meeting up with friends, actually going to the effort to actually dress in a certain way that makes you happy, also helps with you in your head as well. And I do feel focusing on fashion and clothing actually helped me get to where I am now, which is I do have relapses occasionally, but I'm in a much better place than I was. I'm in a much happier place. I feel more confident. And down to, like I said, with clothing and fashion, I feel I can do stuff that even before I got depressed I could never do. And so that's why fundamentally I wanted to show this on this channel, to talk about it and sort of show my ideas for fashion and stuff like that. I know most people think fashion and like looking at yourself and grooming yourself and picking out outfits is, you gotta have a big ego to do that, really. But no, I feel it's a source for good as well, especially with getting your confidence back and actually looking good, but also feeling good as well. So like I said, over the course of the following weeks I'm going to be doing a few more sort of fashion videos. I've got some ideas, but I want to do other stuff as well. This is basically, I'm showing how to basically be a modern British man in the 21st century. But we'll see how it goes. So if you enjoyed this video, please comment down below. Comment. It'd be really interesting to see what fashion does for you. Did it create the same sort of effect it did for me? And if you've got any tips and stuff like that, that would be fantastic to hear. So like I said, if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. The channel is slowly changing, but I'm really excited to do some stuff for you. Just sitting in front of this camera I couldn't have done that a few months ago, so it's an amazing feeling. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.